What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and if you're like me, you've been away from Hearthstone for a while because, well, quite frankly, I got bored. But recently I did return, in part because we were given a free admission to the arena where you can play with Goblins versus Gnomes cards. Oh, and just to let you know, those cards are supposed to come out later today, but I have no idea what time. Anyways, until they release, I do plan on going into the arena, and we'll at least get to see some of the cards as I try to build a deck that can hopefully win a few games. And right off the bat, I don't really like these classes. I mean, I guess the Hunter's okay, so that's what I'm going to go with. So let's go ahead and choose Rexar, and then hopefully we get to see quite a few of these new cards. Alright, so there are some new ones right away, and they happen to be epics. First, we can choose the Steam Weedle Sniper. This will allow our steady shot to target minions. So that sounds pretty nice. Next we have Feign Death, trigger all death rattles on your minions. And third, we can choose a Hobgoblin. Whenever you play a 1-attack minion, give it a +2/+2. I'm going with the Sniper because a 2 damage steady shot on any enemy minion, and we won't even take damage from hitting them. Well, I think that's going to come in very handy. Next we have another new card, the Mech Warper, which says your mechs cost 1 less. It's also a 2/3 for 2 mana. So yeah, it seems decent, and we want to try out new cards, so even if it's not the best choice, I'm choosing it. To be honest with you, I'm not the greatest arena player anyway. Well, for one, I'm kind of rusty, and two, I may not be the best at choosing my deck, though there are sites that rank all the cards and they can help you with what to choose. But anyways, no new cards here. I go with 2 explosive traps to help with clearing minions, even though for me that one was a tougher choice. I do like the Dark Iron Dwarf, and I definitely debated choosing it. Then it looks like we have another new card, a Goblins Stalker. It's a 2/3 with stealth, and it only costs 2 mana. Like I said, I wanted to play with the new card, so we're going to choose it just because of that. I mean, it's not a bad card either, 2/3 stealth for only 2. Oh, and I didn't really even notice, but our entire mana curve is on 2. So that's really not that great. But, okay, oh well. Now we have another new one, and it's going to be an 8-cost Force Tank Max. It is a 7/7 mech with Divine Shield. I know it's a new card, but I'm going to break from my own rule, and we're going with a Venture Co. Mercenary. So he's a 7/6 5-cost. Then next we have another new card, the Explosive Sheep, and it's a 2-cost that has Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to all minions. And it looks like the Lost Tall Strider is new as well, but it's a 5/4 for 4-cost. I'm actually going to choose the Explosive Sheep, and so we have even more board clearing potential. Well, at least for low health minions. Then next we don't get any new cards, and I suppose since I don't think we have that many beasts, we're going to choose a multi-shot. Or, well, on second thought, we're actually going to go with the Timberwolf, but that one was definitely a tough choice. Normally it would be the Timberwolf all day, especially in a Hunter deck, but we have been choosing mechs on purpose, and not really that many beasts. Then next we have another new card, the Goblin Sapper, and it's a 3 mana crystal cost, 2/4, that has a +4 attack while your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand. But we're actually going to go with the Eagle Horn Bow. And once again we get a choice of epics. It's going to be the Hobgoblin, a new one, the Piloted Sky Golem, which has Death Rattle, summon a random 4-cost minion. It's also a 6/4 for 6 mana. And then lastly we have a lowly Hungry Crab. I have to admit that one was a fairly easy choice. And then next it's between the Raging Worgen and the Wolf Rider. But I guess I'm going with the Wolf Rider because of charge. You never know, that may come in handy. You may need 3 immediate damage either to a minion or to the enemy hero. Then after that we have a Loot Hoarder that can draw 1 card upon death, or the Acolyte of Pain, which could potentially draw more. So that's why we're going with it. Silence, however, definitely sucks for both. But still, we will take the Acolyte of Pain. And then next it's either the Direwolf Alpha or Kill Command. And we're going with the Alpha. It causes adjacent minions to have +1 attack. And then we get one in our very next choice, so we'll go ahead and take it as well. So we add to our 2 mana drops, and it really is starting to be a concern. Okay, and we have another new card, the Ship's Cannon. Whenever you summon a pirate, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Well, unfortunately we don't have any pirates in our deck, so we're not going to choose it. Instead it's going to come down to Snipe or Hunter's Mark. And I'm going to go with Hunter's Mark because you never know when you need to lower a minion's health to 1. It could even be something crazy like an 8/8. It could potentially be a really helpful card, and it's a 0 mana cost. Okay, and we get 2 more new cards to choose from. A Glaivezuka, I love that name. It has Battlecry, give a random friendly minion +1 attack. And then we have Cobra Shot, deal 3 damage to a minion and the enemy hero. But that does cost 5, so we're going with the Glaivezuka. Then after that, well, the Starving Buzzard used to be great, but they nerfed it pretty hard. So I'm going to go with the Warden, who at least has Taunt. Plus, to be honest with you, we really should focus on 4-drops. Then next, we once again see a Cobra Shot, and we have a new mech. It's the Antique Hillbot. It has Battlecry, restore 8 health to your hero. So that health regen could come in pretty handy. And hey, it is a new card, so let's go ahead and choose it. Then next, it's between the Razorfen Hunter and the Scarlet Crusader. So do we want a 2-3 and a 1-1, or a 3-1 with Divine Shield? And to be honest with you, I did go back and forth on that one. Still, I am going to go with the Razorfen Hunter because, well, at least we do get a 1-1 Boar Beast. Then after that, we see 2 more new cards. The Metal Tooth Leaper. It's a mech that has Battlecry, give your other mechs +2 attack. And the Gnomish Experimenter. It has Battlecry, draw a card. If it's a minion, transform it into a chicken. So I'm really not too sure about that. Do I want to transform a minion into a chicken? I don't think so. The Eaglehorn Bow, though, is very tempting. But instead, we're going to go with the Metal Tooth Leaper. Hey, it's new and we do have a few mechs. After that, we still have 10 more cards to choose, so this is going to be a pretty long video. And what I'm thinking is the actual arena battle, I'll go ahead and make into its own video. So I hope that's alright for everyone, but I don't want this one to run 20 minutes. That just seems like way too long. Okay, and now we're going to choose another mech warper, so now we have 2, and hopefully we can get a few more mechs to take advantage of that. Then after that, I'm going to choose a Spellbreaker, so we do have a Silence. Oh, and we do get a few rares, one being a mech, but unfortunately it's pretty underpowered. It does, however, say that at the end of each player's turn, that player draws until they have 3 cards. That could come in handy, but unfortunately it also helps out the enemy. So instead, I'm going with a Sunwalker, who's a pretty good protector. Then, just because I felt like we needed more attack, I reluctantly chose Dancing Swords. Next, there's another new card, a Burly Rockjaw Trogg, and it says whenever your opponent casts a spell, gain +2 attack. It's a 3/5 for 4 mana, and I really like that ability. It could help out, especially against certain decks. So we are going to choose the Trogg, and then next we get the option to take another one. So it's either that or the River Crocolisk. That's a great 2-drop, but I think that we should take the Trogg once again. Although I will be honest, I'm really not sure about that decision. Then after that, the Abusive Sergeant's amazing, so we're going to take him. And you know what? We're going to take the Mad Scientist because of his Death Rattle. It will put a secret into play, and that could help out the Eaglehorn Bow. Speaking of that bow, we can get a second one at the very end of our choices. So let's go ahead and choose it. So that's going to be our deck list for a hopefully not terrible arena run. And basically what we'll do is make this a mini-series, so we'll be back with part 2 very soon. The last thing I want to note is I'm going to do a pretty big pack opening as soon as we can open packs. So we'll be taking a look at a ton of new cards as soon as they're in the shop. I'm very excited and I can't wait to see what I pull. But that is going to be it for our first part of our Goblins vs. Gnomes arena run. I'd like to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, good luck and take care.